The 90s are there not just for a few days, but for the next 10 days, and that means the overnight lows staying warm as well. 70 plus 8 of the next 10 days. Now, compared to a few decades ago, we are seeing 9 fewer warm nights than we used to. But 2018 is the opposite of that. And as I mentioned, we are on pace for a near record-setting warm night year. In recent days, the discussion has been, does this storm recurve back out to sea? And I will tell you tonight, the data we are analyzing suggests the window for a turn back out to sea is rapidly closing. The satellite shot, very ominous. The center of circulation just offshore now. It has not made landfall yet, so the definition of landfall is when that center of circulation crosses some part of the coastline. That has not happened tonight. And tonight, our storm chaser, Charles Peak, is there for us thanks to our partnership with Live Storms Media. And you can see the conditions are just awful in Wilmington right now. The torrential rain and these trees are just getting buffeted. And the problem is it's going to do this for probably 24 consecutive hours. Here's the forecast cone of probability. High confidence in the Wilmington area. Beyond that, I will tell you who knows at this point, and here's why. There is so much data out there, and some of the more reliable and more often used data are very divergent tonight, providing two potential solutions. So the first solution, we come inland a little bit, and then we kind of make a trek across South Carolina and then up into western North Carolina. That is more of the National Hurricane Center thought process right now. If that solution verifies, we get very little impact in Middle Georgia. But there is other data out there that has been very consistent in running more down the coastline, then coming in and taking a more southerly track. If that happens, we get more aggressive impacts in Middle Georgia, and at this point there is a low confidence in the forecast determining which one of these solutions will verify. Here in Middle Georgia, occasional wind gusts and showers. That's the expectation by Sunday based on what we know now. Wind gusts upwards of 40, wouldn't be surprised. Tropical downpours, ponding of water on the roads, you bet. I think most of those impacts will be northeast of Macon, but let me stress, changes remain likely. That weather warn day is still in effect for Sunday. So what can you do now? Don't panic. Don't make runs to the store and get all the supplies. Don't make gas station runs. We're not at that type of situation. But ask yourself, are you prepared for a tropical system? If not, let's examine your prep plan and maybe decide to update it. And of course, stay tuned to WGXA News. You're doing that right now. So 1 out of 3, already a done deal. It took a major headline hurricane to break the 90-degree streak in Middle Georgia. That's pretty incredible. We paid for it. 2 days later, we hit 100. Columbus, LaGrange, Noonan, up towards Atlanta. Miserable commute right now along 85. A lot of that is moving off to the north and east and up into northwest Georgia, where they have a flash flood watch out right now that will go through the next day or so. Monticello, Eatonton, Milledgeville, Sparta, Sandersville. We've got you under a small risk of severe weather. It's not a slam dunk. The biggest concern would be some strong wind gusts. This is going to go down as the year of warm nights. So far this year, 134 warm nights. That's the most since 1906, folks. A warm night is when you stay above 65 degrees. And I will tell you now, there are no cool nights in sight. The Georgia National Fair kicks off on Thursday, and so far the opening weekend looking stellar. It's warm too, 90s to kick it off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sneaking into the upper 80s by Sunday. You're going to see this data somewhere, so we might as well give it to you here and break it down for you. I would say expect a storm in the Gulf of Mexico. Everything's pointing to that right now. But right now the models are disagreeing on the timing, the intensity, and the impacts. So because of that, we can't make a very confident forecast just yet. And let me stress again, changes remain likely in the coming days, so that's something we'll continue to pay attention to. My advice to you, keep it tuned to WGXA News for updates. All eyes on Michael. It is a storm that will bring impacts to Middle Georgia. We are calling for widespread power outages in our southwestern counties: Americus, Montezuma, Fort Valley, Byron, Perry, Cordell, Unadilla. You need to prepare to lose power. We're talking the potential of 5, 6, 7, 8 inches of rain, and because of that, a flash flood watch is in effect for the area as well. Category 4 hurricane when it made that landfall, winds of 155, that pressure way down there at 919 millibars. Michael underwent something we call rapid intensification. That's when wind speeds increase at least 35 miles per hour in a 24-hour period. 79% of major tropical cyclones rapidly intensify. We know that now. What we also know is that in a warming world, according to our partners at Climate Central, more rapid intensifying storms are expected. Cold front number 1, some rain tonight, cooler Wednesday, still around 80. Cold front number 2, rain and storms on Saturday. Temperatures will be more like winter by Monday morning. The upcoming 7 days will be the coolest 7-day stretch since mid-April. The coolest high on the 7-day is 66. The last time we had that was April 22nd. The coldest low is 43. That'll be Monday morning. The last time we were that cold, April 30th. Showers and storms possible through kickoff, but the rain chances will drop off during the game. We'll get the game in, 77 to start, mid-70s halftime, upper 60s for post-game. We'll see up to 20 meteors per hour. Overnight temperatures around midnight will be in the low 60s, and I think we've got fair visibility.
UNC Asheville blue.
Okay. Is that really that blue? I thought it was a little bit lighter than that.
Logo.
Oh, he's official.
Whoa.
You were just waiting for someone to question it.
Okay.
We can't see that. They can't
Get a
see
little
that.
brighter for that.
It is there. It is there.
Yeah,
I
we
can
trust
attest
us,
to
it's
that. Wow, he just had to outdo us.